Why was it so important for you to be here? And tell us where your opponent is. Why is he not here?
Well, so first and foremost, I was invited. I had my plane ticket in my email. And then I get a call and says, hey, George doesn't want to show up for work. We're not going to need you anymore. And listen, I don't give a damn. If George has reservations at the IHOP and doesn't want to come to work, I'm not missing an opportunity.
After the three-piece and the soda incident, was there any concern on your part that you weren't going to get this fight and it was going to go to Leon?
No, I definitely thought that. I thought Leon was getting the fight for sure. And, besides that, George was making excuses that whole week about why he didn't want to fight me. But he wouldn't say my name. It was like this little thing that he does. And George needs to know, I don't get full on a three-piece and a soda. He better bring the whole damn family meal for that night.
If you were Leon in that situation and he came up and did that to you, what would have been your reaction?
Man, I don't understand. Listen, and I get I'm a fighter. I don't understand people that walk up and just punch people for not really a good reason. For me, it shows two things. Number one, total lack of discipline. Like, that's not cool. You can't just go punch someone. So you lack the discipline that you get so angry you can't control yourself and you have to start throwing your fist. And number two, that you are not really secure with your own masculinity, that you see, oh my God, he said something. I need to go prove I'm tough. Hi-yow, I am tough. Like, shut up, dude. Like, we get it. You're tough. You fight in a cage.
Right here. We saw some unfortunate trash talking on Twitter last week, and I'm curious if you have a limit for your trash talking and what that limit is.
Well, I don't attack wives or families or religions. That being said, unless the boss thinks it looks bad on the UFC, I think they're grown men and they need to deal with the repercussions. So I guess in that situation, I believe in freedom of speech for them to say whatever the hell they want. And if there's negative repercussions for themselves, they got to deal with it. They're adults.
Right. Now, I have a question for Dana, but he wandered off.
I'll answer. You ask me. I got you. I'm going to answer your question. No, she's asking you, and I was going to answer for you.
That's all right.
What do you got?
I'm curious if you have an update on Cyborg and the featherweight division.
What's the question?
If you have an update on Cyborg, is she going to be fighting again?
Yeah, she'll fight again. We're working on that now. Yeah, Cyborg will fight again. We'll get her a fight here soon.
And there will be a featherweight division?
Yes. This champ sitting right here, yeah.
Okay.
And she just said she wants to defend her title, so.
About George,
Yeah.
and I'm just wondering, I want to get both sides of it, but for the record, you and George have shared the mats on at a gym
I
before.
believe in December of 2008. Correct.
Can you tell me how that went?
Well, there's some guys, and this is where there's wrestling MMA. You grab a hold of them, and they're just not strong at all. And you think, there is no way in God's green earth this guy could do anything to me. It's totally impossible. I will do whatever I want to this person. I will dominate them. I will humiliate them. And when I grabbed George, even though I was only 2 months into my MMA career with no fights, that's how I felt about him. I can't assume that's very much different.
When we track him down and ask him if that story is true, what do you think he's going to say?
He's a habitual liar, so I'm sure he will recount it differently.
Performance against
Yeah,
John.
that guy's a fucking piece of shit. Fuck Luke Rockhold. The first opportunity I get, I'm gonna drill a hole through Luke Rockhold's fucking face. I promise you guys that.
Regardless of what happens in this fight, is that who you want next?
The first opportunity I get after this fight, doesn't matter what happens. I'll fight Luke Rockhold with one fucking leg. I'm gonna beat that dude's fucking ass.
Okay. And when do you expect to announce Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar?
Seriously, that fight isn't even in the works. That fight isn't even in the works. That fight might not even happen first. I know.
How come?
Yeah, that's what Cormier said too.
What happened?
Nothing happened. We haven't even talked to Brock.
So there's a chance he might not fight again?
Yeah, no, I don't know if he'll fight again, but we don't want to have a date for him right now. The first fight might be Stipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you hope to make that decision?
I don't know, yeah. We got to wait for Cormier. Cormier went back in the gym, I think 2 weeks ago, and did a light workout. He's still not healthy. So as soon as he's healthy to fight, we can make a decision on, when we would do him and Stipe.
But just curious, did something happen with Brock, or did he have a change of heart?
Nothing happened. I mean, that was what we wanted to do, but Brock and I hadn't even talked. I haven't even talked to Brock.
Are you planning on talking to him soon?
Like I said, many times, when Brock Lesnar's ready, he'll call me.
Outing for Rose, and everybody's really happy. And I think it's great now that we're two of the best in the division. I think I really deserve this chance.
Hey, so lastly, for me, for Marlon, throughout your career, you've been a pretty calm, even-tempered guy, and for whatever reason, there seems to be a lot of tension going into this fight. I guess you just talk about if this is different than any other fight that you've gone into, and if you're concerned at all with how that might affect your performance. I mean, we know when guys fight emotional, sometimes it ends up not being a great thing.
Not at all. I'm ready, and that's the biggest fight of my life, and it's time to become a champion. That's it.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Like I'm telling you, you're next, dude. You're next. You're next. And again, guys, it's so beautiful
Next
to be in
to knock you
Atlanta,
out.
man. It's so beautiful. Thank you guys for hosting the Olympic champ. Thank you.
Another question for Marlon. We saw what happened with TJ Dillashaw. It's taken a long time for another contender to emerge. It's been the same 4 guys fighting for this title for about 2-3 years. What was your reaction when you saw that news?
I was shocked, but a lot of people, they were all talking about this, and hopefully the UFC now and USADA work together. That's from the fighters, Dana. I'm asking you and USADA to really test us all, keep testing and not just for certain substance, for all substance. That's really, really dangerous. You fight somebody in using EPO, it's very dangerous. And hopefully this gets better, and that's it.
Henry, knowing what we know now, is your victory even more impressive?
Absolutely. And everybody that said that the fight was stopped too early, I mean, guys, the dude was on some sauce, man. I killed him. And that's the beauty thing about it. Like every fight that I've had has been two of the greatest fighters of this generation. And I respect Marlon. I think Marlon's I can even say I'm a fan of his style. I mean, the guy is dangerous. But that's another reason why I want to knock the block off his head. For that reason. You're next, man. You're next.
Not happening. It's not happening.
You're next.
How?
Believe the hype.
How are you gonna knock me out?
Believe in the cringe judo. Believe in it.
How are you gonna knock me out? Tell me, please. How are you gonna finish me?
Hey, Dana, what do we got to do to get Mr. Nowitzki to visit Marlon's manager? Because he said on Twitter he knows for sure at least 5 people who are using EPO. Can we send like the DEA over there or Nowitzki or somebody to interrogate that man?
Yeah, listen, I don't like getting into the whole drug testing thing. I leave that up to Nowitzki, but yeah, I was shocked to find out that they weren't testing for EPO. That's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna show some real violence.
Once upon a time in Milwaukee, a young Kevin Lee showed up at Duke Roufus' gym.
Yes.
And Duke said, hey, there's this young kid. Can you work out with them? And it was just too easy to take him down. I started feeling really guilty about it, so I let up for them.
No, look. Let's tell the story
okay.
right.
You've been doing good since then,
Let's
Kevin.
tell the story right.
Good.
Your stand-up was so bad that was like, I didn't want to hit you that hard, and you went full blast on a double leg as I'm like touching you. Let's tell the story. If you're gonna tell the story, speak some truth. If
Yeah, I
you
felt
know me,
guilty.
you know
I felt
me,
guilty about
but
what I was
speak
doing to
facts. Facts when you see it.
It's all right. You've been doing a good job since then, but I did feel guilty. That day, I felt guilty. I didn't want to disappoint Duke by not having you come back.
I learned a lot. Like you said, that was a young Kevin Lee, so I learned a lot. That's gonna be fun.
One more question. We got time for one. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, Dana, it's the Schmo. Nice to see you. You look good.
Thanks,
it seems
buddy.
like a lot of your 155ers are making the jump to welterweight, and a lot of your welterweights are coming down to 155. What's it gonna take to get a 165-pound weight division? Maybe a Grand Prix, start it end of summer, early fall? A lot of the top guys here would put their names in the hat, and a lot of the people wanna see it. And when I say people, I mean the Schmo. What do you think?
What the fuck is that? What the fuck just happened? Yeah, it's not gonna happen, Schmo. Sorry.
Dana, let me remind you this. 27-0, 20-0, USA, Russia. Mian Khabib's back.
I know, you tried to sell me on that one before. I heard that one before.
Listen,
Thanks for coming, everybody. We appreciate it. Have a great day.